Welcome back, graduates. My name is Ellie, and today I always explore really good and do a lot of research, really good e-commerce stores, and I stumbled upon this one. Now, what I want to tell you is, first of all, I love what their message is. Don't vape. If anyone's vaping, don't do it. It's really bad. Anyways, so this is going to be a alternative to a vape. The no smoke sale, I really love it. It's very clean. You see what the product is, you see what you're going to get, the offer and the benefit. There's no nicotine in here. And then they also offer the 50% off as well. Now, this is still a high ticket product, and I'm not so sure, do your due diligence on companies when you are purchasing. Don't just, go to it because of the graphics, go to the functionality, whatever it may be. If, for example, for the product, if you really are interested in the product, do also some research in Reddit, look at Amazon reviews for the product if they're selling on Amazon, other things like that. But for the design aspect and the functionality and the experience of it, that's what we're covering over today. So it's called Ripple. I really love how clean it is. So I always mention about the above the fold, what your offer is, who you are, and what you can do for your customers and what you can offer to your customers. And I love this really awesome kind of mirror effect, clean slate going on with this banner. It almost makes it feel like it's 2D, if not 3D, that you can just grab it. So that already grabbed my attention, and the soft touch of it. Now, now there is some kind of there is definitely a great balance in design here, where it's very simple text, and sometimes you don't even need in your heading such a long text to explain what you're going to be offering for your products. The no smoke sale, like I already know it's going to be maybe a vape product or a alternative to a vape product, and then I see what the product is right there, and it's pretty much that size as well. You always get that announcement bar. You have the navigation, who they are, and then you have a hamburger menu, which is really cool, and then also the navigation here where they're kind of displaying. So they're doing 2-in-1. Usually it's either or a hamburger or the desktop, but they're doing 2-in-1. So that's very interesting, and that's something to test out as well. So let's go down. I love this mirror effect. You can easily do this in Canva or in Photoshop as well. So let's go down. You already see where it's on Glamour, Vogue. Now, not sure if it's completely on it, but you can do your cross reference with it and see if there are articles or mentions of Ripple by these people. Now, bestsellers. I love how they're catering to some certain audience. Notice that where everything's just lowercase instead of uppercase B and S usually that you always see. It's just very soft and lowercase. I like the font style that they chose. Now going into here, I love this hover effect, and I love the gradient here. For this store, it works. I definitely think that gradients used to be, back then really popular, and then it kind of died out, and now a little bit is coming back into play when used right. So you want to use it right. You don't want maybe a intense gradient on the whole background, unless it's a scroll effect and it's leading into another section. That would be really cool, but this, they are using it really well here. I love the hover. You can see the text and then the hover of the add to cart button. The badge here, what I'd love to see is the badge, when clicking on it, it actually goes to products that are 25% or $25 off, or whatever other collection it leads to. But that's my only mention about that. But I love all of this, and it's a carousel, looks really nice, and it just such great presentation of this. Now, I also do love this kind of style where it's add to cart and then it's a character pipe and then it's a price. That looks really good as well. So I wonder what that looks like on mobile. Let's just take a quick second here. Okay, so it is a peek through of the second one, and a main card like this still looks awesome. So it looks great. And the badge is a different placement instead. So I love this. It's showing that there's before, after. They already have, I think, this accessibility, which is really important to have. So let's go back on desktop. I really like it so far. I also love how beautiful and bright this is. I think they're doing a great job. Shop the incense, shop the zero nick sale. So we have two categories going on for the customers to choose. In addition to that, we have the rechargeables. Then we have the bundles. One of the things I always state on the homepage is like what they're doing is to display their bestsellers, and then after that maybe new arrivals, or after that go into your analytics and see what other products besides your bestsellers are selling the most, and then you can feature that on the second part of it as well. And then here, this is really nice and clean. I love the animation that they have going on here. I wonder if it's a GIF. I'll check that out as the main image. I'll check that out in a second. So we'll just open that one up. Then we have the icons, the benefits. Then we have social proof. Always important to show the social proof as well. So I'm hoping that on the product page, they're displaying these icons and social proof as well. I've not seen the product page yet. But then we have singles, and then we have bundles again. So they're really pushing out, I think, the bundles here. So that's great. So that seems like their best sellers, bundles again. So you never want to, I guess, as a customer, you never want to forget that, oh, they do offer bundles. So that's great. Then they have the testimonials here, which is great. And keeping up with their kind of like color scheme of the gradient going on. I love the testimonials here. That looks good. And then incense, and then, oh, wait, bundles again. So that's another thing that they're really trying to push onto you are bundles. Don't forget that they offer bundles. If you are, remember that when you're designing a store, you definitely want to make sure that in a lot of places, but not making it too redundant for your customers to say, hey, we offer this, but here we have this, but we still offer this. You kind of want to do that, but in a very smooth way for your customers, and not very jarring where it's like in your face but still subtle enough. So this has been very subtle, where I'm going down each of these sections, I'm learning about them, I'm seeing the trust through their brand, and then I'm also saying, hey, we do offer these, but really take a look at our bundles because that's our top seller and you're gonna love it. And then again, the only thing I have about this FAQ section is I just wish it was a bit wider. It's just too in a container for me. It's about a 768. I like to see it as a 1200 width. Just so it's, I mean, if they did this on purpose, it's fine because it just really stands out. But as like design purposes wise, I'd like to see it a little bit wider. Then they're following the social proof again, you know, really, really good down here. And then a nice gradient with this teal footer. Then they have very small, their disclaimer, their logo, navigation, and then also they offer SMS and also email through sign up. So let's go into the product page. I really like the home page. And as mentioned, I think to build out a strong product page, you want to at least display these icons and the social proof wherever that may be. So let's go into the product page. I absolutely love this product page. It works really well with the background of this product. So that makes me want to go back into this one and see if it follows that as well. No, it doesn't. That's okay though. So I like this really soft blue. Looks really good. And then this right here, we have something like this already in our theme, and they're really smart about it. So it basically changes the product without you even knowing. So that's really cool. So these are seen as different products. Notice how it's Cool Blizzard and it changes as a whole different product and not just variants within it. So that's cool. We have that, but not this exact style drop down, but it's really cool. Now there is a glitch when I click out of it. So that is something. So that's something as a customer experience, I have to, the customer has to know to click back into the arrow to remove it instead of me clicking anywhere else, because the drop down doesn't doesn't disappear once I click anywhere else but there. So that's a little different. That I feel like that should be worked on. And then here's always the add-on, the upsell right here. You can add on to it, view more. I really like this. It doesn't take up too much of the space here. So if you want to see more, you can definitely have that option too, and view less. That's really, really cool. Then we always have that badge. Now, this is something that I really like, and we do have that option as well in our own theme, are the tabs. So instead of just on the right form, some people really like that, but also a lot of people like where it displays the tabs on desktop, and it does look really nice on mobile as well. But I like this on, I like how they're using it right now on tabs. I think that they're delivering this message really well. And then again, you have your as seen on, And then the key pillars. I love this. I wonder if this is the same on different products or if they're going to be leveraging different information based on a different product. Let's go down, zero nicotine. So it looks like it's the same, but still really good to showcase icons, your benefits and features, very simple and clean way, and also through icons, and colored icons are great as well. In addition to this, they have their Romo breakdown, and then rippled and rated by the family. So they have social proof, and these images look awesome as well. And then again, the FAQs, and then most people will recognize this section is the recommended products you may also like. So that's where this comes into play. And then they have no reviews here yet. I believe that this is using a app called Tulsi. It's a great app. And it just gives a little more social proof and engagement for your customers. I'd like that either pop up or right down here if they want to reduce have like the social video right here. That's something to test out as well. Let's go in, add this to cart. I like that slide out. They do a really good job with that. You're also having the upsell. So let's click into this. That looks good. I like the scroll. I wish I could scroll by touching and not just clicking on the scroll bar. One other thing is here we have the discounted off, recommended, the zero nick, and then incense. I love that has the categories on the slide out card. That is something really interesting that I haven't seen, and I think that does work. I think it works for this company. It might not work for other companies, because remember, what works for you might not work for another company, even if it is the same. Even if it is the same brand, it just might not work because of totally different factors, like, for example, your marketing. So then I certify, they have that terms of service, and then we'll check out. So that looks really, really good. So let's go back onto the homepage again. Incense, we have a zero nick, the collections here. They have a cool build your bundle, which is so cool. I love this. So unlock all of these, buy it. We do have something like this already, but not this kind of style with so let's go in, add this to bundle. That just looks really, really cool. And then I think you can also filter out or just, toggle on a subscription. That looks really cool. So they're doing everything right here. Now, one thing I would recommend maybe is putting this on the side, because as a customer, I have to scroll down and then go back up to see where I'm at my point of the bundle. So that I feel like should be on the side where it's always sticky. So I always know where I'm at every point when I'm adding a product to bundle, just in case. I can always remove it, so that's great. So let's go back and let's see what happens. I add more. Okay, so there is a sticky up here. Sometimes I feel, so they do have a sticky, I guess, progress bar up here. But then down here, I feel like maybe they could have different icons here or drop down showing what it is instead of having to scroll down. Now, this would be a bit more problematic if they had even more products, so the customer didn't have to scroll up and down so much. Now let's go in and check the hamburger menu on desktop, which is very interesting that they have two right now. They have the menu here, and then we have the hamburger menu, which on desktop it's been proven and it's been proven that you want to reduce the number of clicks and the friction for your customers to go and get to your products to add to cart. So when a hamburger, you're already having your customers click a couple times more than have to reach that add to cart. So that's what it was stating about the hamburger, but it seems like they're keeping it and it works. So I always say, have images speak 1,000 words. Have images displayed instead of just text in your navigation. So shop all sales. So we have a great collections, a collection image. We have kind of like an Instagram story, but I believe this is still a Tulsi app. I like the different, columns, breakpoints of one of them is a landscape. Sorry about that. A landscape, and the other ones are square, and it just kind of breaks up and different placements too on desktop of your eyes where it's moving, especially if they're trying to focus and put that product on focus. Your eyes gravitate automatically to that one screen product that's bigger, obviously. In addition to that, there's a lot of moving colors here, and I think that it does work really well with this. And there's a lot of cool animations with this. So let's go into the product page again, because I'm really interested Okay, so the product image, main product image itself doesn't animate, which is really interesting. Huh. I like that a lot. So I'll have to try to investigate and see how that works. Now, one thing is about this that I noticed is a bit of the lag and the load. When on first load, the announcement bar kind of jumps in, just as you can see it right now. And then also this is in center and then jumps to the left. So I would fix that. Honestly, everything else looks pretty good with me. I think it's a remarkable layout. I think the product images are great. I don't think there's too much that I would recommend here. I would probably add on the product page. I think I mentioned here if they didn't already. Okay, so this one has reviews here, but I would add that video social proof that they have on the homepage as well. You want to always have the information that you have on the homepage be on the product page as well, so they don't have to go back and forth. And also, it just builds out a really strong product page. In addition to that, you can leverage meta fields, and so every product that a customer is on is going to be displayed differently and catered to that specific product. Again, I really love this. I think everything is great about it. Okay, so this one did seem like it had a pink background. I guess the ones with the other gradients didn't have so much. But notice how it's not fully pink. There's some, it goes into a soft white, so you can see it. I think it looks really well. And then the green, you're obviously having your customers focus on that limited essential. Add that to cart or view more, add that. Now going down here, looks good, and you have, I like this where the reviews are on the right instead of just continuously stacked. That looks really good. Only compatible with the pod. What's inside? These are really nice tool tips. You can have them as like a slide out for more information, or just like it is right now in case a customer is wondering, because you always want to make sure that you're delivering as much information and products and imagery to your customers before they order, so then it reduces the returns and the refunds. But overall, this is a pretty great store, and I don't have too much else that I would suggest on this.